and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video I have my week 2 training update for the Burghley 7. So if you're not familiar, I will leave a video up here and I'll leave a playlist down below which I'm going to be using to collate all these sort of training diaries that I do. But I am training for the Burghley 7, so it's a 7-mile race in March 13th. So I am doing an 8-week training plan leading up to that point. So yeah, I'm doing my week 2 recap. So this week, as always, I had 3 runs that I had planned for this week. I had 2 3-mile runs for my run 1 and run 2, and then I was stepping my mileage up for run 3, so I had 4 miles on the plan. I did my first run on Tuesday the 25th, then I did my next run on Friday, and then my third run today, which is Sunday, so I'm filming this a day before. So I'm going to go through each of the runs that I did. All 3 of them went really well, so we're going to talk about those. As always, I'll leave a screenshot here somewhere where you can see my sort of Strava update. So run 1 I did on the treadmill. So I did 5k, so I did 3.15. I finally managed to stop my watch. I was really bugged about it last week, where all 3 of my training runs that I did on the treadmill had like a longer elapsed time because I forgot to stop my watch. Usually I run on the treadmill with Zwift, and for some reason this week I couldn't, or last week I couldn't connect my treadmill to Zwift, so I was running just based off my watch. And obviously when you run with Zwift you then exit and it uploads to Strava, so you automatically stop your run from there. But obviously because I wasn't using Zwift, I wasn't stopping my watch. Bikes and Laces actually left a really handy comment on one of my videos saying that you could clip Strava. Unfortunately you can't do that for treadmill runs, but if anyone sort of has the same issue where they forget to stop their watch, you are able to sort of clip your runs on Strava, so that was really handy and I will bear that in mind. But yeah, as I was saying, my run for this week, so run 1 was on the treadmill, I did 3.15. I did it in a moving time of 42.55 and my average pace was 13.35. If I go back to my previous, actually no I can't go back to my previous runs and sort of compare on pace and things like that because I didn't stop my watch. Run 3 did say that I put a note in there saying that my finishing time was 43.26, so technically I went an extra 0.2 and I was half a minute faster, so I guess, yeah, it's not much but it is sort of some sort of improvement. That run went really well, I had no real issues and nothing really sort of much to say about it. It was just a treadmill run, so that was that run done. Obviously because I did 3 treadmill runs last week, I did want to try and aim to do 2 outdoor runs this week. So I did do a outdoor run for my second run, which was on Friday. I did sort of put that run off. I was supposed to do it on Thursday, but I've just, like I mentioned last week, I've just got this sort of niggling fear of running in the dark, so I sort of did push off that run a bit and then sort of put on my big girl pants and went out on Friday, and it wasn't too bad and the light was coming up as I was running, so it wasn't awful. So I did a 5k run for that and I did it in a time of 40 minutes and 48 seconds and it was a pace of 13.09, so it is at least like 2.5 minutes, nearly 3 minutes quicker than my treadmill runs, which is good. However, I only managed to get to 1.8 miles before I had to stop, and I feel like once I've stopped running it is very hard to sort of pick up that momentum again, and I feel like that's just the crux for the rest of the run, and I feel like I have to stop a lot more often after I've stopped. So I am hoping that sort of as time goes on and with me doing the outdoor runs and things like that, that will sort of fizzle out, but it was a bit annoying. But yeah, that is that run done, so that went really well. And then I did a 4-mile run today. So I was really apprehensive going into this run. I didn't think that I was going to be able to do 4 miles at all. I don't know what I expected from it. When I looked on Strava for the last time that I did any sort of distance over 3 miles, it was in March of 2020. So it's been almost 2 years since I've done anything above a 5k, which is actually horrendous. I was quite shocked with that. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years since I did any sort of distance over 5k. That just kind of shows how long I've been stuck in this rut of being able to do 5k. So I was really stoked to be able to do the 4 miles today. I managed to get a bit further than my previous run for run 2, so I managed to get to 2.2 miles, so an extra 0.4 of a mile before I had to stop. And then I did have to take a walk break, but I tried to make sure that the walk breaks were as short as I could, so I tried to keep them like under 30 seconds. But then I took a detour at like, I think it was about the 3 mile point, and I went onto a field that is not too far from the house. Obviously I was going to do that loop around the field and then go back to the house. However, there was a lot of dogs on that field, and I do not like running past dogs. I feel like they get so excited when someone is like running past them. It's like it's almost playtime, or just something sets them off, and I just prefer to walk past dogs just to sort of not allow them to get to that point where they like jump up or chase you. So I didn't realise it was going to be that busy at that time in the morning, and obviously it was cold, so I didn't expect there to be that many dog walkers out, but the field was packed, so that was very stop-starty. But according to, if I look at my pace for that run, I did my first and second mile in 12:18 and 12:29. I am actually quite happy with that, given that the rest of the paces that I've been doing so far has been in like the 13 minutes. It is still very slow for me. I know I've mentioned this before. When I talk about my paces being slow, they are for me. I'm not comparing that to anyone else's paces. If you are doing a 13-minute mile, like, go you, absolutely brilliant. But for me, I know at the sort of peak of my running, when I was doing half marathons and things like that a couple of years ago, I know that I can run much faster than that. And obviously I'm carrying a bit of extra weight at the moment, so I'm hoping that as hopefully my weight comes down, my pace and things like that will get faster. But for me at the moment, it is very slow compared to what I would usually do. I used to be able to run like 9 30-minute miles for like 5Ks and things like that, so it's a lot slower in pace for me. So that's the only comparison I'm making, so don't take any judgment from me saying that I'm slow for that pace. But yeah, I was doing 12:18 and 12:29 for miles 1 and 2, and then obviously as I got to 2.2 miles, I then started run walking for the rest of the run, so my paces sort of came down. I think I must have hit the field in mile 3, and then obviously that continued into mile 4, or should I say from mile 3 to mile 4. So yeah, I ran around the field, and then I obviously crossed over the road and then ran the rest of the way home. So that's why the sort of mile 3 and 4 are a bit slower than the rest of the rest of the miles that I did. So I won't make that mistake again. I'm not going to go near the field unless I know for sure that it's not going to be busy, or if I sort of take that route and maybe go off to another part of that place that I'm running. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with it. My sort of blisters on my feet and things like that didn't bother me at all during the run, so that was good. It's only sort of after, as I discussed in my previous video, that they have been sort of really annoying. But yeah, I'm really happy with how things have gone. I did sort of mention my plan going forward for my run to Philip, and Philip suggested maybe not increasing my long run distance at the end of the month by a mile each time. He thinks, and he's a much better runner than me. I know he isn't running at the moment, but he does have a lot of sort of experience with running, and I do think he has a point, but I am going to see how it goes this week. So my runs for next week, I'm pretty sure they are 3 miles for runs 1 and 2, and then 5 miles for run 3. I think I'm just going to see how it goes. If I get to sort of the 4.5 mile mark and I don't really feel like I can do any further, then I won't. But obviously if I've got that in me to do that extra half a mile, then I will, because that is in the training plan that I've set. But he sort of suggests that I don't need to go up to the 7 mile distance for the 7 mile race. And typically in a training plan you wouldn't go up to the sort of distance that you are doing in a race. Like for example in a marathon training plan, you wouldn't do 26 miles in your training. You would go to maybe 23, 21 miles. So you don't train up to that point, because obviously you expect that when you get to that point, either the crowd or like you'll just have that extra bit in your legs to get to the end. So he says to just go up to sort of 10k distance, but like I said, I'm going to see how I feel next Sunday or next Saturday whenever I do my run. And yeah, if I feel like I can do the 5 miles, I'll do the 5 miles. But if I feel like it's a bit too much and I'm struggling at 4 miles, then I might just stop at 4.5 and then sort of just rejig my training plan very slightly. But yeah, I'll play it by ear. So that is sort of the plan going forward for next week. We'll see how it goes, but I'm super pleased with how things are going with the training plan. I'm staying consistent with the runs that I've got. I'm doing all the 3 runs. So yeah, that is it for my sort of training recap. Like I said, really pleased, especially considering that the last time I did a 4 mile run on Strava was in March. I'm still just flabbergasted that I've not done over that point. So yeah, see how next week goes and whether I can get 5 miles in or not. And obviously we'll see next week what the outcome of that is. You can always follow me on Instagram as well, because I usually update after I've done every run on my Instagram. So if you're not following me there, I'll leave a thing up here so you can see, or follow me on Instagram if you want to see updates in the meantime. But yeah, I think that is it for the video, so I'm going to end it here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can always click the notification bell down below and you'll be notified of when my videos go live. Other than that, I hope you're all staying safe and well. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.